Welcome to the Lovely Shop, where we bring positive energy to all projects. If you have shoes laid all across your entryway and you don't want to spend $300, $400 and up buying storage to have it cleaned up, well, this is the video for you. My girlfriend and I will be showing you how to make a beautiful shoe storage, and it will only cost you roughly $80. We found an inspiration right here. My girlfriend, Sia, she'll be designing the cabinet and we'll walk you guys through the process of building it. So if shoe storage is a problem of yours and you would like to solve it by building your own cabinet or storage space, well, come along for the journey. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Let's go! What up, gang?
Hey guys!
So you guys saw the design. We're ready for the materials.
Yes.
So now we're at Home Depot. I'm going to see if we could get the wood cut first before we pick it up, but outside of that we should be good to go. But hold on, hey boss, got a quick question. Is the cutting station still open right now? So we need a 4 foot by 8 foot piece of MDF plywood cut in separate sections in different increments. Yeah. All right guys, we gotta get to work, so we'll catch you. We'll be in and out.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we got the wood that we need. This is going to be for the top and the bottom of the cabinet, and then we have for the doors as well. For the shelves, we're getting brackets to secure them to the frame of the cabinet and at the bottom of the shelf. Yeah, 4 times 3.
So 12.
So 12.
Okay, great.
Yeah, alright guys, and just like that, it's cut. The guys from Home Depot, it's always out to help. That's exactly how you get your stuff cut. Ask the rep and they're gonna take it to the back to give you whatever size you need, but I'll just say come prepared, so it makes it easier for them. We got the table legs now to get the shelves.
Let's go.
Alright, we're looking for hinges right now. We're gonna get the fancy looking one, which we do not see here. We did get some bumpers for the doors, and we're gonna use these for the bottom of the legs, just so you don't scrape against the floor. I know there's other types, like the furry ones, but this is cheaper. Alright guys, so we had to come to Home Depot to pick up a machine because in the vlog, I think, I'm not sure if I made it to this video, but I was trying to get a table saw from Facebook Marketplace, but a guy was sketchy, so it's a no-go. We decided to just come and get it from Home Depot. I'll show you what it is. It's this bad boy right here, and you can't go wrong because it's out of the box. Let's get it. Alright guys, so first thing we're gonna do is start prepping everything. We got these boards. First off, we got plywood, and when you cut into plywood, unless you guys know a trick for this not to happen, it rips the thin part of the wood. I don't have the proper terminologies, but you can definitely see what I mean. If you also cut this, like let's say with a table saw or whatever other type of saw that you can use, a circular saw, it will end up just like this.
It looks like it frays.
Yes.
I don't know if that's okay.
Yeah, it frays. So she will definitely help me with all the vocabulary. But yeah, it frays. If you used to do the same thing with pine wood, this wouldn't happen. It would probably have a much smoother surface, or cut at the end. Being that we have this right now, we're just gonna sand all of this down. We're gonna sand it down to remove it so we don't get any splinters. And also advise using a gloves if you guys are doing this with plywood or any type of wood, honestly. Splinters are no joke. But after we sand all these down, then we should be good for the next step. Doing the same thing for the table legs as we showed you guys at Home Depot. We got these at 3.5 inch. Make sure to inspect your wood whenever you're buying it, because it could be unseen blemishes and also cracks in the wood. Nonetheless, we're gonna cut this down. We really wanted this to be 3 inches, but they didn't have it exact at 3 inches, so we're gonna do what we have. It should still be good. The next few bits of this video is just gonna be us sanding, which is so much fun. Yay. I'm gonna start with 100 grit sandpaper and then move up. I'm gonna just go until this is smooth enough, and honestly, in the end, we're gonna put this side, well, in places where you can't necessarily see it, which is the underside of the like shelves, or even the top and the bottom of the table itself, so you don't see any blemishes from the wood where it was cut. But honestly, after we sand it, you shouldn't be able to see much anyway. But at least we want that smooth touch regardless of wherever you place your hand when it's done. So, enough talking, I'm gonna start working. Because we love to talk here. Alright, so all the pieces are sanded. Just laid it to the side. It's time for cleanup. So once this is done, we're gonna go on to the next step. The thickness of this, of the 2-inch strip, and the thickness of this side piece. And now I'm just gonna use that measurement to mark where these brackets got in place. And afterwards, of course, I can stop the board on and then start screwing that in. Let's do it. What I'm doing here is just mimicking the leg being on this side, so just put a straight edge here. This is just gonna make things a little bit easier. And to line up the bracket to the top of the board and just make some holes. Mark the holes out. What I'm gonna be using is a 1-inch pieces, a 1-inch screw, which will go through this board and into the strip on the side. And it's gonna hold it tight. So we got that. We got a straight edge. Gonna make sure it is actually straight. And what I'm just gonna do is go around all corners and do the same thing. I'm probably just gonna just start pre-drilling holes. I'm gonna do it on all 4 sides and then get to the other one, do the same thing, and then start putting them together. You don't have to do this, I'm just doing it so it's gonna be a little bit easier for me to put the screws in. Don't want it to be moving or anything when I do start putting in them ends. This is gonna help as a little guide. I need it to be exact. That's why I'm doing it this way. Next side. Okay, that's good. Put the screws to hold it. And then from here, just gonna place this on the other side and have it screwed right in. So this was the idea. With the 2-inch strips on each end, there's the brackets on the back, and these brackets are gonna screw into the sides of these, which is this table legs. And the end product should look something like this. I don't like the gap on the bottom, but if I have to put a screw through the back to pull it in, then I will. 3 screws is good enough. The 4th one is not necessary because it's already secured. On to the next step, which is doing the other end of the cabinet. Like this, and then start to put them together towards the legs. Alright guys, so the 2-inch strip is already on the side of the cabinet. The brackets are installed. So next is to mount it to the table legs. So what I'm doing right now is just laying it flush on a straight piece of wood, making sure the face of the sides are perfectly flush to the legs. Once I screw it in from here, I just gotta pick it up and it's good to go. I'll do it for both sides and then I'll raise it up and hopefully it's exactly as planned. Let's do it. Actually, I'm gonna drill this in right now because I don't believe that this is straight. So if I was to make the marks here, then move the back end and make the other marks, I don't think it's gonna line up properly. What I'm gonna do is just go ahead, drill this in to hold it in place. I like to do like pre-drills. Make sure to get all my holes. That hole is probably not perfect, if it's a hole at all. Yeah, I didn't drill a hole for this one. That's good. Now for the other end. So I didn't screw the side in yet. It was giving me some problems with spacing right here. It seems like this isn't straight, perfectly straight, so there was a gap. So what I did was clamp it. I put my clamp here together, made it tight. So when I put the screws in, it should hold it where it should be. I still have fear that this is gonna pop open just a little bit when I take off the clamp, but let's see what happens. The screws are in. Let's see what happens when I take the grip off. Yep, the gap reappears, unfortunately. So I've got to figure out how to fix that. Coming along, I had to put the clamps on the side to close the gap a little bit so I can get this to be straight enough. So I can get the measurements in between. This is a full 48 inches. I need to cut the shelves for this distance, and that's 45.25. Anyway, enough with the measurements. This is what I'm up to right now. Gotta keep moving. Alright guys, we're back at Home Depot because we gotta pick up paint. We're gonna go with black, carbon black, and we're gonna make it a flat finish. So this is the paint that we're getting. It's gonna be Interior extra durable flat.
Should be enough paint for the whole thing.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Really nice straight ends. So for the Ryobi table, I would recommend it 100%. Right now we're at the point, all of the shelves are cut, the bottom of the cabinet is cut as well, and this is it. What we're gonna do now is make the doors, and these are the doors. Right now we're trying to make a design to cut out the section for the rattan. Trying to find a way to make a curve on the top, because all the other straight lines are straightforward, get it? But so once we can get curved, that's the last challenge that we have, and then it's to cut it out. What we found is that we can use this ruler to do it. Let's see how best we can. We found a creative way to do it, so hopefully it works. And if it does work, then you can try it. Okay, this is a right side door. So what we're trying to do is get the curve to end and line up in the middle of the door where the knob is gonna go. So it's gonna come from here and then swing and come up here for the that we're looking to make. What we're trying to describe with the ruler is that we can use it here and swing it over to the desired endpoint. In order to do that, this part gotta stay straight. What we're gonna do right now is try to make some type of, it's not a guide per se, but just like a lock on the back, so where it could just swing over with a pencil. Right here, I'll make sure this is straight. Take a screw and lock this in on the side of the wood. It's right here. I think I needed to make it a little further, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this spacer, and I think we should be good from here. Okay, ready for this? Hopefully this works. Beautiful. And that's the curve. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's exactly how we needed
cool.
it. Gave my props. I came in here and did something.
Yeah, my love. She gave that idea for it. She was just trying to figure out how to do it with a ruler. And this is my ruler. And I was looking at it at first, but I was like, ain't no way that gonna happen. So she came out trying it out. We orientated, and anyway, it happened.
It worked.
This is how it works. On to the next one. So as you guys see, this is where we're gonna cut out. Pop that out, and that's where the rattan is gonna go. We have, let's show them the rattan real quick.
Okay.
This is the rattan. We never used it before, but we got Google and YouTube to figure it out. So we know we gotta soak this in the water. Not sure if it's gonna be hot water or not.
It's like room temperature water.
Okay, so it can get soft, I assume, and then we gotta apply it. But you guys will see it when the step comes. Time to cut that out. It's been a few hours and I'm still not sure how to cut this door. Well, you know, the section for the rattan. Not sure how to cut it out because I gotta, well, let me show you and explain. I tried to use the jigsaw. I believe I posted previously. The blade keeps coming out of the socket and going against away from the line. So that's frustrating. It started off good, then it started veering off. I was trying to use a miter saw to try to make I was using a dummy wood to try to see how it's gonna go, and I don't have the 4-inch clearance when using that, so I can't use it. I'm not sure if you can use my table saw. So right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get a straight line here. I don't want to freehand it because I only have one shot to make it right. The journey continues on how to do this the way it needs to be done. If I was cutting from the edge, I can use a table saw, I can use a circular saw. I will have more options, but since I'm cutting in from the middle section, I gotta figure out how to make a straight line with a machine or some tool starting here. We'll get it though. It's 9:16 right now. It's still Saturday. I figured out how to get this thing done. The idea is to use a router to just do a few passes until it gets to the thickness of the wood and cut it out. I'll show you guys what I mean. I have a little guide right here. I'll line the drill up with the line, so I'm just gonna keep going back and forth until I'll get this cut, and then I'll move over to this side, do it for all sides. Well, I'm gonna still use the jigsaw to cut this out. I could do that freehand. It's the straight lines that I have concerns about. Okay, let's get it. Just wanna show you guys that the router does work beautifully. I was able to get this cut properly. I got this board underneath, so you don't see the space like here. Next, I'm gonna cut straight over to the midpoint, and then I'm gonna freehand the curve with a jigsaw. All right, I'll be back when this is done.
One of my videos got 100 views.
Congrats, video.
I'm trying to post it in 4 months.
All right, guys, we're at the point where we can get to paint all the pieces. As you know, everything is gonna be black.
Be like fire! It's gonna be so nice.
Hopefully we can push through the painting process quick enough so we can start building everything today. Or to start laying everything down and get straight to it.
Yeah, let's go. I'm so excited. It's looking so good already. I can't believe how much is coming to life already, but yeah, let's get to painting.
Building a cabinet to hold shoes for at the entryway.
And you're really building it yourself. You didn't just order it.
Yeah.
Design and everything. Thank you.
I'm like, IKEA.
Back and ready to start putting this whole thing together. Tia is right there. She's gonna start doing the doors and soaking the rattan and start getting it ready to be installed. While she does that, I'm gonna go start putting in or measuring for the brackets for the shelves to install them into the sides of the table. I mean the cabinet. I always say table, y'all. But yeah, what a start, isn't it? I just gotta show you guys once again how beautiful this black looks. All right, this is the layout for how the brackets are gonna go. I have small brackets on the top and on the sides as well. The shelves will only be getting shoes, so it's not necessarily a lot of weight on it, so it will be able to hold up. And also, these are gonna be going into this more solid. It's stable, okay? But it's gonna be going into this side piece, and it's solid enough where it's gonna hold and should be durable for long term. I'm not gonna put anything in the middle because we use MDF over here for the sides, and I don't trust that the screws are gonna stay in for a long period of time. What I might do is put one on the top here and maybe not on the bottom because the base is gonna be match right here. It's gonna be flush. But nonetheless, this is the layout. I have big ones on the bottom here. Just because I don't need to go with it too heavy, but I can't change my mind because I ran out of the smaller ones. So I'm gonna get this completed. I'm gonna start drilling these in. I'll mark them out. I'll drill them in, put the screws in, and then I'll start on the next side of the cabinet. Let's do it. This is sick. Yeah?
Yeah, bro. Amazing. Like,
Look at
wow. We
this.
just put the rattan in there.
The phone cut off because I ran out of storage, unfortunately. But we was able to put this up, not without a fight though. It's up, we just gotta clean it off. It looks a little dusty, of course, but it's in, and we did it.
Put the doors in, I can't wait to see the doors on it.
We're almost there. All right, let's keep moving, it's late already. The cabinet is practically all done. The back is in. What's left is to put on the handle. So as mentioned, we're gonna put this on. All we gotta do is just measure to get the center of this small piece. I think this is a 4-inch. It's gonna get a 2-inch center and then the center from top to bottom. And once we make our mark, we're gonna drill it in. Well, at least drill a hole for it so the screw can go through and attach to this from the back end. Let's do it. Alright guys, so we changed our minds. It's not going to be exactly center. It's going to look like it's centered though. So it's going to be 22 3/4, which is a little bit above where the actual center is. But since we have these curves and it starts at a certain point, we're going to have the handle at that same level so it can look as though it is like the center of the door itself.